Hello, music multiverse listeners. Welcome to Beyond Your Radio's You Should Listen To. I'm your host and sick as a dog creator of Beyond Your Radio, Mark Kuligowski. What are we doing here tonight? Well, strangely enough, we don't think you know enough about music. No. We're trying to get you to open up to things that you should listen to. Hence the quirky title and the hashtag, which, hashtags are out of style, but so am I. So we're going to give you a little breath in your listening habit. You think there's no new music out there? Well, there may be new music. There may be new music in the past that you didn't know about. A surprise. Maybe somebody was doing something before they were something. Yeah, anything happens. There's all kind of albums you might have missed that would be, fit your palate and maybe be outside of it. Tonight, our panelists bring out some potential new music. Obviously, that doesn't mean it needs to be brand new. It just means that it could be new to you. And something you should listen to. It's hard to listen to everything. You all know that I give it my damnedest. The show also allows the choices of albums to be anything, anywhere they want it to be. So I'm looking forward to the genres, the styles, the complexities. This show is basically, if you like this kind of music, you might dig this. Maybe it's your music happy place, somewhere close. Maybe just by us talking about it, it kind of piques your interest and your audio curiosity. We'll probably play a few tunes as long as they don't sue me or block. Me. All right, Bourbon. On the panel tonight.
Please don't sue.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
No, that's not how we do this thing.
Oh, come on.
She's partial to Greg Lake, but she'll take a dive into Matt Pond, PA. Damn, Deb Armitage Hicks Maloney.
Hi.
He would ride Grand Funk Railroad from Terrapin Station to Graham Central Station. The Grateful Dude.
Yeah.
He booked the honeymoon suite on a vampire weekend. That's bloody good, man. Bloody good. Jeff Young. All right. He's the spirit of the West meets the lowest of the low. Alex Kalizny. And if there's somebody else, there's cars, there's traffic, there's the flashing lights. Suddenly everybody wants to play Frogger.
All
right. So who should start this off? Well, I had requests. I had people, paying me to go first. So damn, Deb Armitage, Hicks Maloney, you get to go first.
Yeah, because I'm tired and I have to wait for you guys all the time. All right. So I finally got the genre down that I should choose for me, but I've also got the format of the show because I think I need to probably build this a little bit for everybody, right, Mark? Okay.
That's the idea.
All right. So do you like old school Prince? Do you like Joni Mitchell? I think there's somebody here. He's not listening. He's looking at his phone. Leonard Cohen, Eminem, Frank Ocean. How about new stuff like the Wombats, Mumford and Sons, Morning Jacket, Glass Animals, and Mark likened it Elbows, but I'm not sure. Elbow.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm not gonna let you get away with that one. Not yet.
Okay. All right. I know. I had to put it out there for you. This album that I want to introduce to everybody is very might not be for everyone, but if you look back into the things that attach you to music, anybody that's on this show or anybody that's interested in listening, there's a lot of emotion that goes on in music, right? For us, we connect with things, and this album has got melancholy feeling, cinematic feeling, jammy, retro, moody, the right mix of acoustic and electronic. It's very good. This artist took off in TikTok viral traction, gave her the way to finally, at her ripe old age of 34, this is only her second full album, I think.
Correct.
Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. I did my research. This is somebody that if you hate Billie Eilish, you should listen to Lola Young because she is much like Billie Eilish, but not being so abrasive and monotone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I listen,
Abrasive, maybe. Depends on which song.
okay, that's true. I mean, okay, so Lola Young is 34 years old. She's from Britain. This is, like I said, only her second album. She started playing piano, guitar, and singing at age of 6. She took singing lessons when she was 6. If I had took singing lessons when I was 6, they would say, don't do anything musically ever again. So kudos to her. At 11, she started songwriting, and that's where it became her passion. Now, you have to take that into the realm of where a lot of, sorry, Alex, people in their 30s are. They're a little bit more introspective and blah, 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 woe is me. But hers isn't. Hers can be that way, but they can also be more upbeat. I threw in Billie Eilish there because I know that I remember a conversation with him very early on with Billie Eilish, and he could not stand her. But for some reason, I connected with her, and I think it was her moodiness and her old soulfulness um, in the lyrics. But the music was very mundane. That's not how Lola Young is. She is got a lot more oomph to her. You could actually listen to these songs and not look at the lyrics and be sad. You wouldn't even know they were sad because they've got a little jump to them. Some of them.
Can you come around? Fuck me nice. Pull my hair. Sing me lullabies. And we can pretend that we're in love. When you come around, I'll wear red.
Them anyway. And her first hit was Messy, which one of the lyrics that I grabbed off of there was, who do you want me to be? The whole song is a dichotomy of who do you want me to be? She's living her life like we all do with a parent, a spouse, a friend. You're too sad, but now you're too happy. Read the lyrics. It will touch any person on this earth that has had anybody challenge who they are. But there's notable songs here. Crush, it's very jammy. It's phrasing is really great. It's spacey, it's fuzzy. Big Brown Eyes, there's R&B, there's soul, very high energy. Then there's a song, Fuck. Yes, I said the word fuck. It's fuzzy, crunchy, clinky. Yeah. And then there's Intrusive Thoughts. That, Mr. Chef Jeff, I think you would get it. It's folksy. It's more of a Joni Mitchell type thing. I think that this young lady, even though she's not so young, 34, I think that she's taking her time to figure out who she wants to be. I don't think that she's trying to get mainstream and make money. Obviously, she's going to. But when I get back to Billie Eilish, that's not mentioned on anything you read about her, likening her to Billie Eilish.
Correct.
But guess what? She's opening for Billie Eilish in June on her tour. I know, Mark, you don't like Billie Eilish, but Lola Young has a elevated, better sitting place with a Billie Eilish type that maybe would resonate with more people than Billie does. What do you say?
Yeah, Lola Young is a Bishop Briggs.
Yes.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, she's got a little cut in the, the "Wish You Were Dead" song.
If you want to app one.
I don't like the "Wish You Were Dead" song.
Well,
what?
I don't know why. That's the best song on the record, but okay.
I did not like that. Maybe that's an Amy Winehouse type of song.
It's definitely, I'm gonna pick you apart and all this stuff, and it's very naughty. But
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, but yeah, she's got that flavor. Messy. I remember hearing that on the radio. I think that's the first time I heard her. I think I was in a record
it,
store when I heard it.
She was on
And
I
SNL in January too, I believe.
it's
okay.
on the radio all the time now, and that's what caught my ear. And when I heard it, I thought she must have been around a lot longer. Now at 34 and starting, singing and writing and doing everything as early as she did, I think that at age 34 to have her second album, that's late in this genre of what we're seeing now. We're all these phenoms, right? But maybe she's honing what she wants to be and not just riding the wave of TikTok, even though that's where she started.
Yeah, I didn't hear the first record yet, so
Yeah, I didn't either.
I'm going to assume not as good. It's my assumption because of that's usually what TikTok becomes.
Absolutely.
Like even the even the pitchforks of the Rolling Stone magazines and the this and the that. They won't listen to a whole album. They say they did, but they didn't. I know they didn't
No.
because they
And
like,
that's
wow, this is the album, and I'm like, that's the one song. The rest of the album is garbage. It's absolute garbage. This is
did you
not.
listen?
This
Yes,
yes,
this
I know this whole album.
it-
Never
it's
talked.
short.
It was last
It's a
year.
short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was on my list last year. I scored it, but it didn't make the show. It's funny because, like I said, Messy. I mean, this album's from 2024. Messy's now getting. This is a single that's late, right?
Yeah.
So to speak. The same as
Yeah.
live with Lightning Crashes. I'm not saying it's a
Yeah.
comparison from the
Of
standpoint of the
course.
melodies and stuff, but it's a comparison of sometimes singles happen way later, and you get now she's at this album's more than a year old. Well, probably in her mind, but she's on the right path. She's opening for Billie Eilish. Those people will. There's a good swift change, right? She's going to come out and bang, 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 bang. She's not going to. She's Billie Eilish is kind of in a wave, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good match. It's a good album. This wasn't
I
meant
just-
for this wasn't meant for you anyway. And when you
Yeah.
send those kind of emails to me, I if you don't open the whole context of the email, you wait a minute, this isn't for me anyway. Why am I reading it?
Sorry, it was meant for you once in a lifetime. But no, I really enjoyed it. Like Crush, that song. I mean, it's a very short album, right? Is
Yeah.
there like 7 songs or whatever?
Nine songs, 30
9,
something.
is that what it was?
Or
I
maybe
mean, there
10.
was only 1 or 2
Oh,
that
there's
I
11
kind of
tracks.
went.
11.
I felt that they were her signature, but in different ways, not like you would think of a Billie Eilish, where it's like you said, Mark. It was fun. It was unexpected. So
Mhm. Good pick.
thank you.
Mr. Young, what you got?
Oh,
Well-
he's got Billie Eilish.
I picked a kind of a pop folk goth album. No, I'm just kidding. I picked something that's 25 years old. The debut album from A Perfect Circle, Mare de Nome.
Mal
And
Dino.
that, let's see here. Anyway, it's a debut album, and some of my notes are gone. I don't know where they went, but I can tell it was like the highest ever Billboard debut for a rock band's first album, debuting at number 4. Now, of course, the members of the band already had experience, obviously with Maynard James Keenan being the lead vocalist of Tool, probably best known for that, of course. Billy Howardell is the founder of the band and played guitar, also keyboards and piano, and he's a songwriter. John Freeze was in the punk rock band The Vandals, and then I don't know how to say her last name, Paz. She played violin, bass, and backing vocals, but she's best known for her work in the Pixies, playing bass. And then Troy Van Leeuwen, he was on the first 2 albums, and he's actually best known for his work with Queens of the Stone Age. But it had 3 singles: Judith, 3 Libras, and The Hollow. And actually, The Hollow, I read where Billy Howard had started writing that back in '88.
Wow.
Really?
So sometimes things just stick with you. You must keep that notebook with you at all times in case you can find a way to finish it. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't put a round hole in a square peg.
But the album definitely shows like there's definitely transitions from like delicate melodic moments to more heavy, I guess you could say explosive sections with some heavier rhythm guitar. And most of the album's lyrics are dedicated to various people that the lead singer Maynard knew. You look at a lot of the names are seemingly names of people or descriptions of people. And Rolling Stone actually had stated in an article that it's a perfect circle. Sounds like a desperate dream of what rock used to be. And then one of the British magazines said Perfect Circle had created a work of morbid beauty. In terms of darkness, it eclipses nearly everything else.
Wow.
But it is, I would say, just if you like rock music and any form of art, it's worth listening to. I mean, there's really not a bad track. They do all have their own differences. And I mean, there's definitely, it's mostly very, the delivery of the vocals is melodic, but there is some significant changes, a little bit of heaviness, growl, and emotion in different ways, whether it be sadness or anger, and maybe even some happiness. There's even some piano on it. So it's just it's a really good rock, you could say alternative, maybe even progressive album.
Yeah. It's not Tool. Doesn't sound Toolish. It's definitely more of a rock album. Alternative rock. Progressive.
More
punk.
up my alley, right? I would like it.
Yeah, there's but a dark platitude, that's for sure. But it's kind of what he's known for as a vocalist and songwriter and composer. So
Cool.
yeah, it's good. It's good, and you've got, if you go that way, there's plenty to explore. They've done some interesting things. They actually have a an album that's all covers, and they're
Really?
very yeah. They do
I think they have 4 albums.
they do What's Going On.
Really?
Yeah, and
What's
it's not
going on?
it's not that
Stop
way.
it. It's not, is it?
Imagine
It couldn't be.
John Lennon's Imagine, not that way.
No. Okay.
And
Interesting
then what's
though.
the one counting bodies like sheeps to the rhythm of the war drums?
Oh my god.
Ridiculously good song.
Well, that's got a combination of a couple different songs in it, and some of his own.
That is one of my favorite
Okay.
progressive pieces in heavy metal. It's
I like
insane.
that. I like that kind of thing. Cool.
All right, Alex.
I've been hanging on to this one for a few months now. And how much time do we have? I can make this fun for the panelists.
Well,
Sounds
I gotta
less
go to
now.
bed at 9:45.
Well, you're screwed.
Bye-bye.
So, you ever in a mood where you don't know what to listen to? I got the album for you.
Okay.
Okay.
That
Zonkey-
happens.
Zonkey by Humphreys McGee. I can't
Okay.
say that. That is hard to say. So every single track on this is a mashup of 2 to 3, possibly even 4 songs. I heard this once that my good friend Jesse played this for me. And the only song, it took one for me to want to look up this album, just because I thought the mashup was really good on the one that I heard. Track 1, National Loser Anthem.
Oh,
The National
What?
Anthem by Radiohead, Loser by
Okay.
Beth, and In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins.
oh, what?
Let's see if you guys can get the next one. What is Life During Exodus? Exodus by Bob Marley, Life
Okay.
During
Oh,
Time by the Talking Heads.
oh,
featured
yes,
25
Talking Heads.
4 by Chicago, and City of Tiny Lights by Frank Zappa.
All right, I would have lost on that. one.
Okay.
Can't Rock My Dream Face.
What? Say it again.
Can't Rock My Dream Face. The combo.
I'm out.
So are they putting Poker Face in there by no? Right. Okay.
No.
No.
So one of them, Rock
Poker,
With You by
poker,
Michael
poker
Jackson.
face.
Did you hear me on that one?
No.
First one's Rock With You by Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd.
Oh, that's the face. Okay.
This one should be easy. Sad Clint Eastwood.
So.
Oh, Clint Eastwood. That's the Gorillas.
Gorillas, yeah. Sad is
I don't know.
uh,
I only got half.
I can't think of the band.
It was going to be Sad But True by Metallica.
Metallica. Okay.
Oh,
No, wrong sad.
Oh, Jack.
This
I was gonna
one's-
say it, but I didn't want to ruin it.
This one's an easy one. Electric Avenue to Hell.
Oh, that's Eddie. Not Murphy.
Yep.
Eddie
Electric Avenue. Eddie
Eddie Grant. Yep.
Grant. And what was the other?
And
I don't know what was the other.
AC/DC.
correct.
Oh,
Hey, Jeff,
see?
you know that one.
There, Jeff.
All right, this will be a fun one. Ace of Long Nights.
What'd you say?
Ace of Long Nights.
Yep.
Ace of Long Nights. I don't know.
So what are they doing? Grateful Dead there? Ace there? No.
No. So it's a combo of Blank and It's Gonna Be a Long Night by Ween.
Oh, see, I don't know.
Oh, I don't
these.
even know those.
Ace of Spades was the other.
Oh, Ace of
Motorhead.
Spades by Motorhead.
Sweet Sunglasses.
Sweet
Sunglasses at Night by
Sunglass-
Corey Hart.
ZZ Top. No, man.
and Sweet, like Sweet the band, Ballroom Blitz.
Sweet Dreams.
He
of
doesn't know
Success.
that.
Sweet Dreams
I
by
mean,
Rhythmics.
come on.
Plus Electric Feel by MGMT.
Okay.
This one's fun. Strangletage.
What?
Strangletage. So
Strangle Pots.
Songs you never knew you needed mashed up. Strangletage.
Taj.
Pass.
I don't know.
yeah. Go ahead.
Pass.
Stranglehold by Ted Nugent and Sabotage by the Beastie Boys.
Oh, well, that's
Okay.
not fair because it's just strangle, and that could be a stranglehold. I would have said Ted.
I just think they're all
Alright.
dumb names.
This one's even worse, but this was the song that tipped me off to this album. Come as,
Okay.
What was it?
Come as Your Kids.
Well, that sounds dirty.
Nirvana.
Come
Yeah.
as You Are by Nirvana. The one that has nothing to do with the title is You Spin Me Round Like a Record by Dead or Alive. And Kids by MGMT.
Oh, MGMT's on there again. Wow. Somebody
Uh,
likes MGMT.
Frankie Zombie.
So what do we got? Some sort of Rob Zombie song on the backside?
Thunder.
With Frank Zappa.
Thunder Kiss? Thunder.
Then
Thunder.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Relax.
Okay.
Plus Have a Cigar by Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Bulls on the Bus.
Bulls on Parade by Rage Against
Mhm.
the Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Wheels on the bus go round and round.
Soul Coughing Voulez-Vous the Bus.
Oh
No.
no, the bus one should be done by our host. Hint hint.
Won't you take me away and take away me? Go with it now!
Jeff, he is young. And you're young. You're Jeff Young and he's young.
Mark on the Bus by the Beastie Boys.
Okay. Mark on the bus.
And the last
Hmm.
track, Bittersweet Hodge.
Bittersweet Symphony,
By the Verve, right?
The Verve. And what's the Hodge?
Shit about the Humphreys McGee track list. Hejmemashite.
Oh, don't know. Gazoon tight.
Of course it is.
Very well received album. I will admit it was a little hit or miss for me. Some tracks did really well. Others, you're like, what the frig is going on?
So you're saying we should listen to most of it?
But if you want to have fun and just have a complete dice roll where you don't know what's going to happen and you want to hear how these things equate and work out together, have at it.
Okay. Let's do it.
Cool. I like it. There's a rabbit hole. Sue.
Sue's sick. She doesn't feel good. She's
Sorry.
tired. Get her
Sorry.
done.
Here
Get
I
her
am.
done.
All right. Okay, so I did the build up.
Otherwise, we're fired. You are fired.
Bear with me. All right, so my album tonight is one that's easy to overlook. If you're someone who loves piano-driven storytelling, if you think music that has soul doesn't need to be shouted, if you like Bruce Hornsby and The Range, they're your thing, and you like an artist who walks a similar line, his single became a hit without being a traditional pop song. It starts with a gospel piano line. It name drops W.C. Handy. It ends up being like a spiritual blowout, and it charted. He once opened for Bonnie Raitt, James Taylor, and was offered a record deal after singing just one live song. Sorry, major headache. The album weaves together blues, gospel, folk, soul. It's emotional. It's got great lyrics, but it's not bombastic. What else? What else can I say? Mark, do you have any idea yet?
No.
But
Is it
but
Jim
don't say-
Croce?
When you said W.C. Handy.
Shut up. And it's not from the 70s.
Shut up. Yay.
I'm not done yet, so he's got to just
I
wait.
know. Okay, go ahead.
And it came out in the 90s. The album is Mark Cohn self-debut album, Walking in Memphis.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
The W.C. Handy, I couldn't put it where it needed to be put.
Oh, you couldn't put it. Okay.
Couldn't put it. I don't know why I
love it.
couldn't. I was
I
talking
love
about
it.
that album a little while ago
Yep. That was your tipping point.
when we were talking about what? Masked Singer, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a good album. It's got a lot of really good, everybody knows it for that one song, but it's a really good album to sit and listen to. And
Reaching out across this canyon, I'm asking you to be my true companion, true companion, true companion.
again, I'm always looking for. I love Bruce Hornsby and The Range, and
Yeah.
and I forgot all about Mark Cohn, so it was nice to go and revisit that one. But yeah,
Nice pick. Nice lead up too.
I love it. You
There you
did
go.
great.
all right.
I'm going to listen. You let her sign off. She doesn't feel good.
Well, what do we have? We have the
Grateful Dude.
Oh, that's it. And Marv.
and Mark.
Oh,
Grateful
that-
Dude to you.
Okay. This is my cop out one. They call me Grateful Dude not because they love me, but because it's true. I've seen the Dead 307 times. I did a counting the other day. And so I've spent a few hours watching the Dead. And I have never, because of my affiliation with them or my affinity towards them, I've never mentioned them really, except now and then. But I'm going to recommend an album. This album is known by the masses of Deadheads as Disco Dead. It came out in 1978. It's quite a little bit funky. It has some funk. It's the last time Keith and Donna Godjack played with the band. They quit right after this was produced. The album is Shakedown Street by the Grateful Dead, 1978. It's a very interesting mix of dead and non-dead pieces. It's recommended to people who are not Deadheads, who want to get in to the Dead, or at least listen to a little bit.
Okay.
It has a little bit of everything on it, from the jamming blues and rock to some softer stuff. I really suggest that if you want to take a listen to the Dead a little bit, listen to this album. It will bring you into the Deadland easy.
Yeah, it's a good album. It has everything that it's like a repertoire and then some. I like the funk part. I do.
Oh, it's got some
307 times. Would you take a year off?
No, I haven't seen him in 20 years.
Based on the amount of hours he's seen them within the 307 times, that's a calendar year of watching the Dead.
I should be able to go to the internet and just pick up any photo and see you in it.
This is
It's a
Netflix
calendar year.
series.
I honestly
I spent a boatload of my life watching.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
This
Jeff, how long would you say a Dead concert goes for?
3.5 hours average.
So by that, of those 307 Dead shows, you will have spent in the 3 hours watching them 44 additional days worth of Grateful Dead.
it's worth it, right, Jeff?
Past the calendar year.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have done
Bringing
anything
your
different.
total to almost a calendar year with 351 days of the Grateful Dead.
Wow.
Yeah, but there was a couple of shows that were 12 hours plus.
What?
Well, were they
That
12
case
hours
is
plus,
there.
or is it that you might have been having something that made it seem like it was 12 hours
Yeah,
plus?
that's true. I did acid once and time stood still for 2 days.
Yeah.
No, but even in the shows where I was inebriated, it was 12 hours.
It was 12 hours.
It was 12 hours, yeah. The
And he
closing
wa-
of
he-
Wonderland, Us Festival, and Party with the Dead.
Well,
I think
party with the
once
Dead,
you get
yeah.
to 300, you should just automatically be allowed to go to any Dead show for free the rest of your life.
No,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of
You get a
people.
stamp
There's
Yeah, you
a
get a
lot
tattoo.
of people I know
tattoo.
who saw 1,000 plus shows.
Wow.
That's a notch, 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 notch,
Oh, yeah.
notch, notch.
those
Yeah,
pe- those
not.
those people get a magic carpet ride.
The hardest part about that
Wait,
is
that's
track.
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
The hardest part of
Really?
that is remembering them.
Exactly.
Yes, that's it. Hey, what song did they play in 19?
Fuck if
That's
I know.
all right. So for mine, trying to put this in the wheelhouse of someone on the panel
Okay.
and
Uh-oh.
the people out there who say certain things. If you like harmony vocals,
Yep.
great acoustic work. If
Yep.
you think that everything that was done in the 70s is far superior in that format and style than anything that came after it, and you're
No.
waiting to be proven right or wrong, hang in there. I've got a band that will prove you right, but I bet you don't know their name.
I bet I don't.
Would you be surprised to find out that the guitarist took lessons from the guy who was going to replace Taylor in the Rolling Stones? Actually
Okay.
played on Black and Blue several tracks. Uh-oh. Now we're talking. So, obviously, Taylor's replacement was not this guy. And you're right. It's in the 70s. So there you go. But it's extremely rare, and there's only one surviving member left from the band. And he was the only one not famous. Right? He was the only one whose band was not named after all these automobiles that roam the planet. But
Essel.
what he did was have a special music bond and memory and connection with a certain Rick. When he heard him play acoustically, it drew his attention. When he met him and wanted to form a band with him, they were going to do cover songs. Well, he wanted to do cover songs. When he saw what the guy had written and the songs he already had, he left the band he was in with his own brother and a bass player and told him, I got to go with this guy. Sorry. The bass player didn't understand. Obviously, the guy's brother did. He went to Boston, wound up gigging with a 6'6" odd character that could write songs, sounded a bit like Nick Drake, but had another voice too. This had acousticism, harmonies again, even entries for piano and regular guitar. An album that maybe be as good as another Anglo-Canadian band, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Okay.
The Byrds, Buffalo Springfield. They even opened for Jackson Browne. This is How's the Weather in 1972 by the band Milkwood. Which
No, you win.
this is Jim Jas Goodkind, who is the only surviving member. And the other two guys,
Yeah.
Rick Ocasek and Benjamin Orr of the Cars.
Stop it.
Not only that, but future Cars keyboardist and multi-instrumentalist Greg Hawkes actually played on the album too.
Oh my God. I love it.
They would not continue after that album. Why? Because for some reason, the way they heard the album, they thought it sounded like they were underwater.
Could you come and play in Lincoln Park? Lovely lady, would you like to walk with me and my white wolf dog?
They did all that hard work and they were kind of disgruntled by it. They had to go on tour. They put a band together, but hearing the record, they couldn't come up with the sound on stage to keep the acoustic, to make it more electric, to make it bigger. It went off all okay, but the band, like you said, he looked at Rick and he could tell he wasn't happy with it, and that was going to be the end. Obviously, this is one of the rarest albums to find in the music multiverse. That's another reason why it's on tonight's show. I imagine it's pretty pricey to find. Yes, Mr. Goodwin has a signed copy by the bandmates, but I'm sure he's not going to give that up at any pretty penny.
Okay. I love
I've
it.
seen them. I saw them in concert,
You did.
opening up for the for Crosby, Stills, and Nash & Young.
They did do that. Okay, I didn't.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Wow.
And I would, and I thought of them now and then, but I never thought they got that big.
Yeah, they just did the when the guy talked about the record, I'm like, what's so special about that? It's got to be something special about that record. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Ota Kasich? Oh, wait a minute. That's Rick Ocasek. All right, here we go. And he doesn't sing all the songs. He sings most of them. But, you can tell. You can hear the voice. But this is acoustically, Crosby, Stills, and Nash kind of feel. And,
Yeah.
the Birds. It's interesting to hear it that way because after that, man, it's all different for sure.
I like that.
I'll thank the panelists for bringing these albums to light tonight. And we'll see you next month for You Should Listen to it'll be number 20, episode 20 at that point.
Okay, cool.
We're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, articles, videos, podcasts right around the corner, all about music, albums, bands, artists, anything we can get our hands on.
I'm sick
Beyond
of
Your Radio, us, a real music appreciation channel. Thanks for watching and happy listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.